Ladies and gentlemen, I implore you, I'm back from Cuba. My tan is already gone on day 2. And I'm back in the shop. As you can see, a lot of things have changed. I have both cars in here now. I have the engine bay and the RS5 open. And I also have the Honda S2000 in here, tucked very, very, very closely, but not touching anything. And it will eventually go here once I clean all this crap out and move that blue thing. It'll go under here in front of the fridge, and I'll leave like 1.5 feet of space, something like that. It'll be tucked under the TV for the winter. I'll probably drop the top, whatnot, but it's a little bit dusty. I don't want the dust going inside. So far, what have I done? So far, nothing. So first day, kind of back in the garage, screwing around after my trip to Cuba. As you can see, a lot has changed. I have the shelving and my desk there, and this, but you know, a lot of random stuff still everywhere, and kind of got to clean stuff up. So, what am I doing? Well, first thing I did was take off the cover and that cover. So, I knew I was going to document every single thing, but I got ahead of myself here. So this cover just pops off. You just pull it off. Just make sure you don't break stuff. I didn't do that, but that was done before. And so it just kind of pops off because it sits. I'll show you in a second. And then this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of screw type things that also have a little thing for the other cover. So they unscrew. That's a 13 mil. I don't know if 1/2 inch will work, but 13 seems pretty snug from the top. I just used a long 13, so right there. Okay. So they unscrew pretty easily, and then you just finger bomb them after you get them out. They're metal. They're hefty. And then the top cover just pops onto these things here, and then you just pop it off by hand. So why did I take that off? 2 reasons. I bought this really cheap thingamadoo here. That's a turbo blanket off Amazon. I think it was like $30, and it does not belong on this turbo specifically, but instead of paying $500 or $600 for the actual ones from Funk Motorsport, I think, what I did was pay $30 for this one off Amazon and hope that would fit on my turbo, and it kind of does not. Also, if you look down here, there's not really any way to wrap the turbo blanket around. So anyway, I'm not too worried about it right now. It was just kind of a little bit of an experiment or whatnot. Okay, I can't use, I was trying to turn on my flashlight, but I can't. Anyway, so I'll get some better lighting here momentarily. But anyway, it's kind of cool. It opens up the whole engine bay. It looks badass. What I want to do is wrap 2 turbo blankets around these guys here. That's the hot side of the turbo. And basically just leave the covers off. And I think that'll look pretty cool. And I think maybe it'll help with cooling, because most of the air can come out through this hole here, instead of goes up in there somewhere somehow, I think. Or that's just a heat shield cooling or whatever. But anyway, so I just want to leave the covers off because I think this looks really badass, and I think a lot of people agree. It's just I don't want any heat issues. I don't want to light any of this stuff on fire, and so on and so forth. Now, part deux, what am I doing? So I'm finally doing something mechanical here. Well, other than this, there's the intake that I installed, which I like. It improves the noise a lot from kind of the blow-off sound, and I kind of like it. And it's like a cheap, I think those go for $300 you can get one, Canadian, something like that. And they really improve kind of the sound. You get a lot more turbo noise, you get a lot more induction noise, you get the blow-off sound from the recirculation valves and whatnot. So I think it's a good investment. I think the recirculation valves are somewhere down there. Yeah, like down there somewhere. I think that's what they are. But anyway, this it's very compact, as you can see. Now, part two, what I'm doing, part two is this. This is the PCV hose. So it goes to the valve cover there, and then goes to the intake here, and then there's another one that goes past the behind the throttle body. This is the throttle body to there. So this is before the turbo, and this is after the turbo, right before the two intakes, where it splits the two intakes after the throttle body. So that is what I'm doing. I'm replacing it because that is a known point of failure. And what happens is if that fails, everything is pressurized way too much. And this bad boy here, from what I heard, can pop off and spray oil all over the engine bay. So we do not want that happening, obviously. What a weird, I've never had an oil thing like this. Like the single twist and turn version. That's, anyway, I'm gonna clean up all this crap before I open it and start doing anything. So I did get a billet one of these. So apparently that helps with that. And also there are billet these, which I may get, but it's not as important as this guy, and it's not as important as this guy. So for stock, I think it's not a big deal. But for sure, and also I heard that this actually, when they leak too, you can actually lose boost pressure. So I think what happens is, what happens? Oh yeah, okay. So the boost side, which is the pressurized side here, that will leak through here and into your crankcase, pressurize your crankcase, or leak all the way back into the front of your turbo. And so I'm not sure, which failures are more common, not common, because there's two valves in here. So there's one down there, and then one up here. And it's replaced with this guy here. Now I have one quality control issue with this. This is from 034 Motorsport. I didn't get it from them. I got it from a supplier in Canada, but it's, it's their stuff. I think I got it from, I have to check. I don't want to say the wrong one because then I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. Now, it's not the supplier's issue. It is actually the manufacturer's issue. So I'm a tool and die maker. And if you see here, you see this side here. Now that is because there was, when they injected the plastic, there's a lot of gas trapped. And that actually burns the plastic and doesn't fill all the way. So you get like a brittle thing. Now what I'm worried about is this cracks eventually, and then eventually it starts to let go, and that's not supposed to let go. It's got an O-ring there, and that is not it's not a big issue as the valves, which they got these nice valves here inside too. Yeah, like they look pretty badass and whatever. But so all the other connectors are fine. I looked at all of them. This one, I'm gonna write a little thing to 03 Motorsport. I am gonna install it like it is right now, but I hope they will send me a replacement because I do not like the look of that. That is not quality plastic there. That can easily crack here and here. And that's where it actually joins up to hold this thing on. And I do not like that. You pay good money for this stuff, and that's kind of a quality control issue there. And also, the O-ring, if you don't have like a smooth surface down there, I don't know if the O-ring is gonna seal properly or whatever else inside. Now there's no moving parts on this one. It's just an elbow basically and a thing that locks it on. If they just actually send me this clip part, I'd be fine with it. I don't need like the whole thing. Just send me, if I can take this, just the clip part, which I think I can because it goes on there somehow. Probably. That's fine. I'll just replace it. I just don't like, you guys see the match line where the plastic comes together? So that's called the knit line. And basically, the flow of plastic goes around the corner and it goes to there. Flow of plastic goes around the corner, goes to there, and it meets up with this thing. But look how beautiful that side is. How it's all crisp and bonded, and you don't see any lines. Maybe you see a shadow of a line, whatever, but I mean, this is this is rough. This is rough. So I'm gonna ask them for a replacement and see what they say. I'm sure they seem like reasonable people, so I feel that will not be an issue. Anyway, so that's just like an introduction. I'm back from Cuba. I'm you know, I got all my stuff going here. I still got a lot to do, but there we are. I got my candy cane still there from Christmas. I don't think I've done like a tour of the Audi. So I got these. I mean, it's kind of dirty, so I feel like I shouldn't. The paint is very good. The wheels are dirty. You know, it's a beautiful car. That's why we're all here. And let me zoom out a little bit. You see my messed up hair. Anyway, I got messed up hair because I just got up and went to the... So it does need a cleaning. I do want to buff it, do like a final buff on it, because the paint's pretty good, but you can see it's dirty, so it's kind of hard to show you. But anyway, yeah, there's like some slight swirly swirls and whatnot in the paint, but overall it's in very good condition. Very good. There's no like major issues with it, and I think it's been, from what they told me, it's been ceramic coated before. So I am going to, when we get low snow or no snow, I'm gonna go to the car wash and wash it very, very, very well, and then I will clay bar it. You can't really see that. I'm showing my ugly mug, but anyway, you can see it's dirty, so I'm not buffing out obviously when it's dirty, but you see those little scuffs here and there? Yeah, those are probably not, those are not very nice. Now they're very, very surface, so like if I buff it, they're gone. So that's my plan, is do some mechanical. So I do have that guy to replace, and then I do have the PCV hose to replace. I wonder what this like this open one is. It's kind of weird, but I don't see any oil or anything. The rest of them have oil in it. So I'm gonna replace that guy. That'll be a whole video. And I'm gonna replace that guy. I'll probably make that part of the same video, because I don't think we're gonna do a separate video on replacing just that. You basically screw it and unscrew it. So let's not get too crazy. And then we'll move on from there. I do have wheel spacers as well. I'll do a video on that, and I'll do like before and after stance. Yeah, exciting times, people. I mean, what else could you want? What else could you hope for? And that is it. That is it for this video. I'm back from Cuba, and I will start to make more videos because they will be fun to make. And I really want to get everything going. This turbo blanket, I feel, will not fit. So I'm gonna have to put the covers back on. I might just order the turbo blankets from Funk Motorsport, because apparently they do fit, but I don't know how, because like I can't get all the way around this thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure it out. But I do want to do the whole coverless driving type of situation. I think that would look cool. And downpipes I'm not gonna do for now, because I don't want that smell, and I don't want to, you know, they help with engine bay heat, but I just don't want the smell. And then this inlet pipe I will do for sure, probably from IE. Now IE has like a different inlet here. I think it's oval. So I think I should still be okay. I'll just make this thing oval. But I don't want to buy IE's intake. I already have an intake, so I'm not rich. So I would like to just reuse the intake I have and hope that it works. But I am going to get this inlet, and eventually I will tune this car, and that should help a lot. I think stock, it doesn't help too much, but you know, whatever. Just kind of prepare myself for tuning later. Just have everything done. Have the, especially the PCV is a must-have for tuning. The inlet's a very good idea and does increase horsepower, probably like 15 to 20. And then the intake will, that's just the intake. Downpipes would be nice, but I'll see what I can do. And one other interesting thing. So there is kind of an I would say, oil leaky leak down there. So I don't know if I should, it's not much of a leak. It's like a tiny little leak. And I did notice that most Audis, when I watch the videos, they have like a foam kind of insulating pad thing on top of the valve covers. This one doesn't on both sides. Now I'm wondering, did this car get serviced in some way and then they just left those off? Or did the RS5s just not come with them? So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research and I'll get back to you guys on that. That looks cool, doesn't it? So much room down there too to actually do the downpipes. So yeah, that's basically it. So I'm gonna do a PCV video and a oil cap video, and then I'll buy an inlet very soon and probably do an inlet video within the next 2 weeks. And I'm gonna do a little bit of research on the on the valve covers, the foam pads that they put, and why I don't seem to have one when all the other Audis have them. So that's interesting. I'm not sure exactly why, but every video I watched with Audis basically had them, so I'm kind of confused why I don't have one. And yeah, so those are the plastic intakes down there. I was thinking about doing those are like the intake manifolds. So I was thinking about doing aftermarket like billet inlet manifolds, because those are like $1,000 and they have extra ports for boost and then fuel as well for extra injectors and whatnot. I don't really need that, but anyway, one step at a time. If anything, I'm just gonna do the intercooler, which is down there, the water to air intercooler. That'll be another good upgrade. And then they have the front rad, which goes to that intercooler that helps with cooling. So one step at a time. For now, like I said, PCV, oil cap, which I have, wheel spacers, which I have, inlet, which I don't have but will have very soon. Then we'll go from there. Oh yeah, and turbo blankies, which I would very like to do. More for optics, I think. You know, you want to pop your hood and you got, it looks like this rather than just a plastic cover. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I will come back shortly, probably within the next day or two, with a video on how to do this guy. I already kind of researched how to do it, so it should go pretty quick. I don't want to spend 2 hours figuring it out on YouTube. That would be frustrating for the people. So I'm going to try and do like a nice 20-minute swapperoo. I'm just going to clean some stuff up so I don't get any dust in the oil, because there's dust and stuff and crud everywhere, and I don't want any of that crap in my oil. So I shouldn't have taken it off in the first place. But okay, I will see you guys soon, and I'm back from Cuba.